Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another amazing session of the Mindset Bootcamp. Oh, it's the last day, and we left the best part of the session, the best part of the session for now. Yeah. All right. So please join us tonight as we welcome our sponsor, one of our sponsors. I call him one of our sponsors, the Mindset Bootcamp sponsor. One of our sponsors, Sir Rukky Judah. Maybe as the meeting goes on, I would introduce him more. But in the meantime, let's welcome our sponsor. And I'm sorry we are late. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Good evening,
good
sir. Welcome, sir.
good evening. I
Yes,
didn't
sir.
know.
We're so sorry for coming in 5 minutes late. I was having network challenges. I'm so sorry, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, why can't I see your face though?
Oh, don't know the network. Okay, yes, perfect. Oh, and we're wearing the same shirt today, sir.
What a wow. What a wow. Okay, okay,
Yes.
great. So
All
how far
right.
now?
Good evening, everybody. Once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, we're going to start the meeting now, and sir, the floor is yours, sir. Thank you.
Oh wow. Okay, first of all, how can I see the people who are connected? How many of us? How many people are here? How many people are connected? Is there a way we can see that? Lucy, do you have the figure? Lucy, do you have the figure of the number of people?
Currently, I can see two people online, but I'm sure we'll have more as the session proceeds.
Two people. Okay, if you can hear me, could you say something?
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll have more as the session proceeds, sir. Wow. All right, he'll be back shortly. He definitely will be back shortly. But in the meantime, today we're going to have a great time. I'm telling you, we're going to have a great time. It is understanding influence. I'll tell you something for a fact. The guest speaker we have today is a teacher. It's not just a teacher of the word, but he's a teacher that understands how to be influential and have dominion. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I think I mistakenly pressed something. Lucy didn't teach me how to do this thing. Lucy, any mistake I make is your fault.
Oh,
Yep. Any mistake I make, guys, hold Lucy. She's the one. It's her
oh
fault.
wow,
She's the one.
wow,
She didn't teach me.
wow. So, sir, the numbers have
Okay.
increased. Yeah.
Okay. If we can stick to the end, I might have a gift for somebody
Oh
at
wow.
the end
Please
of the
call
show.
your friends. Call your friends. Call your friends.
It's a real gift, oh. A very correct gift for someone at the end of the show. So if yeah, stick around. How many platforms are we streaming on?
So we have only one. That's the YouTube, which the StreamYard is streaming through. So we're streaming only
Okay.
on YouTube for now.
Okay. I thought it was going to cut across like everywhere. Oh wow. Okay. So yeah. Uh, what topic did you give me to speak on again? Let me be sure we are in sync. Lucy.
All right, sir. It is growing, building the right mindset for influence and growth.
Okay. Mindset. The right mindset for influence and growth. Okay. While I'm going to be speaking, you might notice me looking downwards. Okay. That's because I tried to prepare for this. One of the ways a person takes a thing seriously is the way they prepare for it. Yeah. So preparation is an attitude of serious-minded people. Okay. So I try to prepare the best way I could. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. So please pardon me. Yeah, and I want to acknowledge all the great speakers who have graced this boot camp. I know we had Rutiba. Is that his name? Rutiba. Awesome guy. We had a few awesome people.
Yes, Coach Rutiba.
Yeah, I think Daniel Okafor was here too. If you wanna
Yes.
if you wanna be an
And he spoke quite highly of you, sir.
oh yeah, Daniel's my guy. We go way back. Awesome guy, awesome guy, awesome guy. Daniel Okafor spoke here. I'm trying to do a recap if I followed. There's a lady, she's a mindset coach. I know I think her last name is like Baby. Yeah, I think she spoke yesterday also. Yeah, so awesome. And you guys get me for last. I don't know why, but okay, yeah. You have to reschedule my date today. But it's all good. Yeah. So do you mind if I pray? I'm a little bit religious, okay? And
We don't
at times
mind. The
we
other speakers prayed too. Some of them prayed.
okay. So Father in heaven, we thank you. We bless your name. We give you glory for a time like this. We thank you for this platform and we thank you for how far you've helped us. We say, blessed be your name in the name of Jesus. We ask for counsel. We ask for wisdom. We ask for an outpouring of your grace. And we ask that it manifests in deep understanding in the name of Jesus. That everybody connected will have something to live here with, something tangible and something great to live here with in the name of Jesus. Glory to your name, O God. In Jesus' name, we have prayed. Amen. So let me
Amen.
adjust let me adjust my camera properly. Yeah, so that no matter how maybe if I lean back or something, you'll still be able to see me and see me properly. Yeah. So my name is Rukky Judah Wusaba. Um and many things actually. Last. I'm a recording artist. I'm a pastor. I pastor an awesome congregation. It's called the Culture Shapers. Awesome guys, awesome people, one of the best people in the world. And I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a creative. Okay, I'm a brand consultant. I'm a web designer, one of the best you can find in the shores of Nigeria, actually. Yep. So when I was invited to speak here, I was excited because I like the platform. I like sharing knowledge to the best of my ability, and I like the fact that we are all young people aspiring for growth. And I think it's a blessing to be here. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? So what we'll do, we're gonna make this as
Yes, sir.
interactive
We
as
can hear you, sir.
possible. So I would need you to always to for me to be sure you're here. I need you to always, I need you to always comment in the chat. I can't see the number of people here right now, but I need you to always comment in the chat, okay? Always drop a comment if you're here. Lucia Mepa here.
So far, currently we have 7, but the number is increasing.
Okay, great. I like it. 7, great. So I'll need to be sure people are following. So I don't end up speaking to myself or just speaking over the air. Okay, I'll need to make sure people are following, hear what I'm saying. And I'll need feedback. Okay, so if you think I'm making sense, you drop it in the comment. I want to see it, I want to hear it. I like to be affirmed. So please affirm me. Great. So we're talking about having the right mindset for growth and influence, if I'm not mistaken. So there are, I feel there are a few concepts we might need to define, okay, just so that we're on the same page. We live in a world where nowadays it's easy for different sects of people to have different definitions of even the very common issues, or the very common ideologies, or the very common topics we have in life. So for instance, the definition of woman is no longer universal. The definition of great is no longer universal. You understand? So I would like us to define stuff. So first of all, we want to define mindset. Okay, we want to define mindset. Okay, so what's a mindset? What is mindset, or what are mindsets? Well, Cambridge Dictionary defined mindset as a person's way of thinking and their opinions. Cambridge said it's a person's mindset is the way he thinks and the summation of their opinions. Okay. The Oxford Dictionary said a mindset is an established set of attitudes held by someone. An established set of attitudes. If we go by that definition, we'll not try to define what an attitude is, but for sake of time, let's stick with this. A mindset is a person's way of thinking and their opinions. So that means a person's behavior is largely determined by the kind of mindset he upholds. Are you with me? So the way you see the world, the way you see the events around you, the way you handle life in general is a function of your mindset, the prevalent mindsets you have. How you react to things, how you react to issues is just a function of your mindset. It's 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 almost like a programming, no? You get somebody say a mindset is a person and opinions. I didn't say that. No, a mindset is not a person. A mindset isn't a person. A mindset is actually, like I said, is a person's way of thinking. Okay, so I want to correct that. I'm seeing a pop up there. So I want to correct that. It's a person's way of thinking, the person's dominant way of thinking, and the summation of their opinions. Okay, so we're talking about the right mindset for growth and influence. So, what is influence? What is influence? So, influence, basically, in simple terms, is the capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of a person, someone, or a thing. That's what influence is: the ability to have um, an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone, a group of people, or of something. Are you with me? Are you with me? I need to be sure. I, I need to be sure. Okay. If any way you can make me sure you're with me, please make me sure. So, with that mindset, we define influence. So, we are trying to say the if we put everything we've said together, let's say the first one was equation one, second one was another equation. We're trying to fuse them together for it to make sense, at least to chart a course of our discourse. Okay. So, we're trying to see how we could develop the right way of thinking that could enable us have the kind of influence and also foster growth in our different areas of endeavor. So I'm a creative, so you might discover in my discourse today will lean towards the creative industry. Yeah, we might do that, but I'll try as much as I can to speak on a generic level, so everybody gets to be impacted by what we have to say. You get so now the truth is everybody in life is a product of a certain kind of mindset, either by nurture or even by nature. And I'm going to explain. We are all products of certain thought patterns, certain ideologies, whether intentionally or unintentionally. So if a person wakes up in the morning and maybe the person dresses their bed, as they wake up, the first thing they're going to do is brush their teeth. Then they dress their bed, even if they're not going anywhere, it's just inbuilt in them. It's a product of a kind of mindset. Okay, so product of a kind of mindset. If a person decides, or I wake up and I leave my environment, messy and all, it's still a product of a kind of mindset. So the way we behave is actually a product of our mindset over time. Yes, everybody is influenced by something. Everybody is influenced by something. And the truth is, a large number of people are influenced unintentionally. Okay, so a large number of people don't really are not aware that there is a programming going on, and they might be victims of that programming. Okay, so what we are striving to do is to create an awareness that we can take charge of the mental programmings we've had over time, of the psychological programmings. We could take charge, effective charge of the programmings we've had over time, and we could steer it we could steer it towards the direction that we need it to go. Do you get me? You don't need to live life based on, the generic opinion of the geography you find yourself in. You don't need to live life, just like that. You don't need to live life by passing through. You can be very intentional about the outcomes of your life. And the basic way we could do that is, first of all, checking the kind of opinions and mindsets that have been formed in us over time, and check to see if these mindsets are able to take us and give us the future we hope for, or the future one experience. Is somebody with me? Somebody with me here? Great. Flourish Afolabi, thank you for keeping up. Now I feel I'm not talking to myself. Okay, so let me get to my notes. So I believe there's nobody born without a potential. Okay, I believe everybody, and by potential I mean that innate gifting or ability or greatness you have on the inside, that's intrinsic, is latent. That means it might not be it might not be naturally seen to the visible eye, but it's in there. So I believe everybody has that potential for greatness. I don't believe anybody was born without the seed of greatness in them. I don't believe so, because if you check, like my ideologies most of the time is tilted towards the Christian faith. Okay, so you might discover I'm quoting so much from the Bible, or yeah. So if you look at the human being, you will see there's an intelligent construct. How everything about us function, from our nervous system, reproductive system, respiratory system. You see, there is a well calculated plan. It shows that whoever brought about this construct was an intelligent being. Okay, and you understand the product best from the manufacturer. Okay, even from a product, you can understand the way manufacturer thinks. So if the human being, the human body with all the complexities functions in a all things being equal, the human body functions in a very complex system, yet with so much efficiency. It shows that there's a wisdom behind this, you know. It shows that there's a wisdom behind this whole setup. And it shows that the creator of this setup is quite smart. And there's a school of thought that says the human being is carved, shaped, and created in the likeness of his creator. That means if that school of thought is true, that means we share the nature of our creator. And that same school of thought says that nature is great. In fact, that creator is greatness personified. He is the definition of what beauty and greatness is. So if that is true, that means, inherent in our nature is the same greatness that our creator carries. You get. So that's what I mean when I say everybody is built with a certain deposit of greatness and potential. Now, you can't achieve that potential if you don't have the right attitude, the right mindset towards growth, towards life. It's going to be very hard because a man's actions, hear this, a man's actions is the sum total of the way he thinks. And the way a man thinks is actually his mindset. I don't know if some of us that grew up in boarding school, there were times where, let me give myself an example. I grew up in a school where from JS1 to I was in that school from JS1 to SS2. Okay. And our uniform color, we had two uniforms. The uniform we use in school and the uniform we use in the hostel. The uniform we use in school was white and white. Okay. And one we used in the hostel was a green check and a brown short or trousers if you're a senior. Now, there's something I noticed. There were some people, their white was always sparkling, always looking sharp, always looking, on point. While some others, their white was off-white. It was, there's something we used to call it was white. That's how their white were. And I noticed that if you take those guys that had dim colored white uniform and you gave them sparkling white, I always noticed that after a while, maybe a week, that sparkling white actually deteriorates, as in the outlook of the white deteriorates till it becomes dim colored, like the ones they had before. So I started asking myself, why do these people behave like this? It's not as if there's somebody telling them, as you are given this white, make sure it is poorly maintained and make sure you devalue it to a point where it becomes like your previous ones. I just noticed there was a way they were thinking, which was influencing their actions. So truly, if you want to change the things that happen in your life, if you want to change your set of actions, you might need to first of all diagnose the way you are thinking that is producing that kind of action. You need to diagnose the kind of mindset you have that is producing the kind of actions you are emitting, and find a way to change them. Okay, find a way to change them. So, like I was saying in the beginning, your mindset is the key to unlocking your potential. You can't do that if you have a poor mindset. You can't do that and by poor mindset, I mean the mindset that can't give you your desired result of influence and greatness. That's what the poor mindset is. It's a mindset that doesn't lead you to success. The mindset that won't take you to that desired goal. That's what a poor mindset is. Okay. So now, there's a psychologist. Her name is Carol Dweck, and there's something she did, a very powerful thing. You might want to check her out. She's an American psychologist. There's something she did. She 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 believed that there are two major mindsets by which people view the world. Are you with me? That there are two major mindsets by which people view the world, and she called them this: one, a fixed mindset, and two, a growth mindset. We're gonna touch on this, okay? And it's I didn't say Dweck, oh, I said Dweck. Carol Dweck. By Dweck, I mean Dweck. Carol Dweck. Yeah. So, what's a fixed mindset? This is belief that abilities are static, leading to fear of failure and limited growth. It sure means, what this means is that, I've even met some people who just believe that the abilities they have, they are naturally occurring. And since they are naturally occurring, they can't be developed on. So you see a fixed mindset boss. Once they employ a person that doesn't function in a certain capacity, they fire them because they don't believe those abilities they are looking for can be developed. That's a fixed mindset. Do you get? So those kind of people, what happens to them is that, number one, you see many of them live in fear or stunted growth because they don't understand that abilities could be developed. Abilities can be honed. And those people, you see them struggle through life, even when they try to get into relationships. So you see a partner who doesn't give the partner the room to grow because their mindset is fixed. So they always criticize, they don't encourage, and so they can't even exert influence because the framework for growth, they don't have it. Are you understanding me? Come on, we agree we're going to be very interactive. So if you're understanding, please keep commenting. I saw some people commenting. I felt it was great. So people with fixed mindset are like that. They can't, to them, abilities are static, very static, very static. They don't. They are among the bunch who believe what will be. If it go happen, go happen. Person go make them. They believe, it's fixed, stamp. You see them, they hardly have flexibility. They hardly have sustainable growth. So Carol Dweck, graded individuals into these two categories. Second one is people with growth mindset. Okay. These are people who believe that, man, abilities can grow. You understand? Abilities can grow by effort. If I put in the right effort, I could change the way I think. If I put in the right effort, I could change the way I do things. And if I change the way I think, which eventually will change the way I do things, I will change the outcome of my life. Are you with me now? Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. You have the right to choose the kind of person you are, whether a person with fixed mindset, or a person with growth mindset. And why we hammer on this issue of mindset? Like I said, as a man thinks is the way he will be. There's no two ways about it. You see, but your great future, how it works is that your mind goes there first. And when your mind goes there, your mind lives there. It's when your mind lives there that your body can follow up or catch up. So if you don't have an effective mindset that is growth oriented, purpose driven, and target focused, you won't, no matter how um intelligent you are, no matter how sincere you are, you will never get to that place where you can be termed successful, or that place of your dream. For every dream, every goal, there is a certain kind of mindset you need to have. Do you get me? I'm trying to build a case for proper mindset engineering, so that we will be able to know where to fix our lives from. People most times try to fix their lives from the standpoint of action. But the truth is, your action or inaction is a product of a certain way of thinking. There's a way of thinking that is producing those sets of actions. So if I were you, I'll work on that way of thinking. Okay? I wrote down here that having the right mindset means adopting a growth-oriented perspective. Wow. Having the right mindset will mean adopting a growth-oriented perspective. That means a perspective that enables you create systems for growth. And what do I mean by that? We're talking about the mindset for growth and influence. Yeah. What I mean is, the way you think should be your way of thinking should be one that affords you the liberty to grow. So for that to happen, you must first of all believe that there could be more. There could be more. There could be a better version of you. You must first believe that. You must first diagnose the happenings around your life by looking inwards. You must have this mindset that allows you looking to yourself and see areas for improvement and growth, and take and put effective systems in place that could foster that growth. Are you with me? Now, there are some people who believe that the outcome of their life is based on external factors. Yeah, that's some people's mindset and belief that, oh, I am not this because so and so and so so and so did not help me. I am not this because, oh, the government was bad. That's not a growth mindset. That's not a growth mindset at all. Someone with a growth mindset will first of all look at himself and say, okay, why am I this way? What's happening? Is there a way I am acting that is making my life turn out like this? And if there's a way I'm acting, is there a thought pattern? In some circles, especially Christian circles, we call them strongholds. Is there a thought pattern that is bringing or fostering this kind of behavior or action? Are you with me? Good. So we must learn to adopt a growth-oriented perspective, one that gives us permission to strive to be the best we can be. I can tell you for free, if you are not where you hope to be or where you've dreamt on being, there are certain things in yourself that's a limitation. The problem why a lot of people don't grow, they don't know how to self-diagnose. They believe all their problems are external. That's why they don't grow. So they don't give themselves the chance to look inward and see what could be in their life. Oh, the reason why I'm like this, my father did not have money. But they can't see that within you is the potential to be even a billionaire, even when you came from a poor background. They can't see that within them is the ability to become exceptionally wealthy in spite of whatever happened in their childhood, in spite of whatever family background they came from. So their mindset is fixed. They also, When people talk about greatness, those people run away because they believe. There's just something in them that believes that ah, I don't have the liberty to be who I need to be. Okay? So you would need to have, and by doing this, it will allow us to embrace challenges. It will allow us to learn from setbacks, and it will allow us constantly strive for improvement. See, but by the time you see that you are the chief champion of the direction of your life, you are the chief architect about, you are the chief architect of the outcome of your life. It will make you narrow your focus onto what to pursue. And if the things you are pursuing are not things that enhance your person, and by enhancing your person, I mean enhancing things that are internal, like effective character development. Like, I hope I'm not speaking over our heads. I hope we understand what I'm trying to say. Like effective, like leadership, all those things that are internal. So if we don't learn to adopt a growth mindset, we will learn to embrace personal growth and embrace challenges and learning from them. Are you with me? So a growth mindset allows us to embrace challenges, learn from setbacks, and constantly strive for improvement. Do you understand? So you must have an ideology that says, hey, no matter where I am now, I can be better. I can be better. There is room for growth. There is a version of me. And when that happens, we start having frame of references. Oh, I don't like where I am now. This is where I need to be. Oh, who looks like where I need to be? We start creating pictures in our mind, frame of references, human how do you even call it? Human models of what could be. Do you understand? But it first of all starts here. You must first believe. You must first believe that your life right now can be way better than it is right now. And the person who holds that key is you. So your life takes the direction of your most dominant thought. I feel that's an open secret. Everybody knows that. Your life takes the direction of your most dominant thought. So you start telling yourself, oh, if my life takes the direction of my most dominant thought, that means the way I think would definitely be what will become of my life. That means I need to change the information in me. I need to change the way I think. And how I do that? By changing the information that goes inside of my mind. We are all product of a gazillion set of informations over time. We are product of a gazillion set of information over time. We are all product of certain kind of information. Yeah. I'll give an example. I live in Abuja, okay? And in Abuja, there are urban areas, or where you want to call the metropolis. And there are the satellite towns, the suburbs. I noticed, now I'm giving an example of, how the set of informations you grow up with affect how you think and eventually your outcome. So I know these people who live in a certain region, let's say Kuje or Obalada. So let's say you are a young man, you were born in, let's say, Obalada or Kuje. You went to primary school there, went to secondary school there. The people around that town, there's a way they think. The people around that geography, there's a way they see life. There's 98% chance that you will see life that way also. Yeah, you will see life that way. You would, adopt the information prevalent in that region as your own school of thought. So, for example, you've gone to the university, maybe you went to the University of Abuja in either Gwagwalada or in permanent site, and maybe you want to start life in quote the way we say in Nigeria, and they tell you start small, and I believe everybody should start small. Yeah. Your small will be determined by the set of information you have in your geography as regards the definition of small. Are you with me? So start small, get a small place. So you're thinking of getting a self-contained. What you're aspiring for is what is popular in your area. The small in your area means a house of 150,000 or 200,000. Yeah, that's small. Now let's move to the same Abuja or another place in Abuja. Let's say Metama, a child that grew up in Metama. He went to school in Metama. He went, did everything, and they pay, the Metama house rent now. One bed is like 3 million, one bedroom, and they tell him you need to start small. The idea, see, both member they might be equally intelligent, but now there's a set of information they've taken in over time that has created a way of thinking. They tell that young man you need to start small. Maybe his father owns the house they live in, they bought the house and all that, and they tell him you need to be a man, you need to start small. Do you know what a small will be? Let me look for a house around, maybe a one bedroom, 2 million, 3 million, and he will deploy his potential towards achieving that feat. So you see, two individuals, they are not bad people, sincere people, but the kind of information they've taken in over time has created a construct, a mental construct, and it has shaped their possibilities. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? And so you see, the guy in Guax is looking for jobs that can give him. So if someone gives him a, no matter, maybe even graduated well from university, and someone gives him, he graduated with 2-1, and someone comes, oh, come manage my company, I'll give you 150,000. He will call it a miracle. Not that any 150,000 is bad. I'm not talking about two different possibilities two different people can have. Are you getting my point? He'll call it a miracle because his house rent is 150,000. That means his salary a month can pay the house rent. But if you take that 150K guy, you take that 150K job and give it to the guy who was born and brought up in an urban area, and say you're going to start life with a 150K job. He's going to be shocked because his reality. Now 150K might be what they are paying their security. So you will see him deploying his energy so that he can be as valuable enough to earn what his mind has told him is the benchmark for a human being to live on. Do you get me? So I said that because I want to say this. Our mindsets are product of a summation of information we've taken in over time. So if you want to change your mindset, to change the way you think, you must work to change the kind of information you take in. You must work to intentionally disrupt the kind of knowledge you've had over time. That's where exposure comes in. That's where, and by exposure, I don't just mean maybe traveling out or something. I mean exposing yourself to different kinds of living and possibilities. That's where exposure comes in. That's where mental transformation. What's transformation? Transformation is actually developing superior mindset. A superior mindset is one that takes you to where you want to be. Is one that will consistently produce an outcome of victory and success. That's what the superior mindset is. So, to change how you think, you must change the information that you take in. So, if you want to develop a mindset that fosters growth, you must learn to be around the people who are growth oriented. And the easiest way to do that is by reading, is by fellowshipping with books of revered people who look like where you want to go. That's on the basic level. People who you believe have the answers of the questions that life is asking you. You know, life asks us different questions at different levels. For a young man just starting life, the question is that life is asking him is rent. You know, at that time, that's what he wants to answer is rent issue. But for somebody who decides to be uh, um, more than just a person who's surviving, somebody who wants to be a thought leader, somebody who wants to be a leader, somebody who wants more from life. He's not answering. He's no longer thinking rent. He's thinking about impact. He's thinking about, okay, what am I here for? What's my contribution to life? Are you with me? What what is it that I am supposed to do to make life easy, to make life easy for the world around me? I don't know if you get the picture I'm trying to paint. Are you with me? Yeah. So I put down here pillars of the right mindset. You know, I said something in the beginning that, you know, and I think I went ahead of myself a little. That um, mindset engineering must first of all, or growth must first of all start from it, from self-diagnosis. You know, that's what I said. Yeah. So I wrote down here the pillars of the right mindset. I put number one, self-awareness. And this is what I mean. You know, self-awareness will help us identify limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones. I'll give you an example of limiting belief. Keep in mind, I'm talking about self-awareness. And I said you need to be aware of the belief system that has seemed to limit the potential you have on the inside. The belief system that has limited the way you've been acting. Okay? So you see somebody who all through his life, he was told that for somebody to be extremely wealthy or to be a billionaire, he must either be a thief, a ritualist, or a politician. Do you understand? That you know there are people like that. So even what they aspire to become, it's not really gang like that. If they tell you their dreams, it doesn't scare them. No, I had this friend one day in the university. I don't think it's still like that though. So we're in school and when fellowship, there's a prayer meeting we have on the school field. And I think somebody, the preacher was trying to charge the people and say, oh, many of you are going to end up as millionaires, billionaires. And the guy said something. He said, me, Omo, I'm not a millionaire right now. I don't need 20K right now. That's what he said. And I was shocked. I remember trying to ask myself, how am I friends with this guy? You know. But looking in hindsight, yeah, looking back, I just think I don't blame him. He's a product of certain kinds of information. And if he wants to get out of that quagmire he had put himself, he needs to first of all be self-aware and understand that this belief is a limiting one. I would just say people that believe that because something is black, you know, and by black I mean African, that something was created in Africa, it is of less quality. And not just products now. I'm talking about even intellectual stuff. So an author is from Africa. They don't believe this person is what is trying to give is of low quality. A creative. I've not seen people like that. Who don't believe anything that comes from Africa is inferior. And that's not true. We've seen some of the most dangerously talented people come from Africa. Is it in music? Is it in is it in tech? Is it in, name it? Is it in commerce? Is it in thought leadership? There are exceptional guys that have come from the continent. But some of us just believe that until a thing is produced from the Obodo, is no, it's a limiting mindset. So we need to look at ourselves and become self-aware. We need to ask ourselves, what are the mindsets that I've had that have helped limit me? And we might even need to employ the help of someone and say, okay, you've known me for a while. What do you think are mindsets that have helped? Maybe a coach or something. Then you ask yourself, what are your strengths? And what holds me back? If a great way to effectively do this is journaling. What are my strengths? What holds me back? You get. So number one, pillar of right mindset, self-awareness. Number two, resilience and adaptability. You need to come to terms with the fact that this is life. And in life, nobody, look, let me not say nobody. You might not always have a smooth sail where everything worked the way you planned it. You might not have that. You might not always have that in life. So while we are becoming self-aware, we need to, number two, understand that setbacks are inevitable. And so we need to build resilience and adaptability. Do you understand? Because how we respond, we're talking about the right mindset for growth here. You remember? I'm talking about the right mindset for growth. So we need to understand that, man, how we respond to setbacks will determine or define our growth. See, but there are some people, if, when they plan something, let's say they're trying to launch a new product. This product, it will do this to the market, it will do that. At times, you can build castles in your head and you are out of touch with reality. It's very possible. It happens to the best of us. So, and they come up with stuff, and maybe it doesn't go well the way they planned. You see most people, they just sort of, they shut down. They don't know how to deal with setbacks. Or you're planning to start a business, but this business relies on the fiscal policy of the nation you are in. So you're planning, we'll do this. Maybe it has to do foreign exchange. And before you know, you wake up tomorrow morning and the foreign exchange market is bizarre. Maybe it had to do with buying and selling of dollar. So you bought dollar at 1.5 or 1.7 with the projection that in about 3 months you'll get to 2,000. And maybe something happened, the thing that crashes to 650. What would you do? Does that mean you shut down, and just say, this is not for me? No. You need to build resilience to know how to meander through obstacles. For someone like that, you need to look and say, okay, why did this thing happen? Was it a policy that the government made that caused this reaction in the market? Do you get? If it was a policy, okay, how can I position myself in order to regain what was seemingly lost? Are you getting my point here? We need that. We need to build resilience. There are times where just because maybe we were inexperienced, our plans were fallible. It doesn't mean you shut down. It just means you go back to your drawing board, you plan, re-strategize, and come up with something better. But for this to happen, we need to build that tough skin, resilience, and adaptability. We need to build resilience. And almost every great person I know, I heard the story of Jack Ma. Very funny story. Almost every investor rejected him. Sure, It takes resilience to see after being rejected from almost every university in the West, Oxford. I think he applied to Yale. I can't remember exactly which, but he was rejected numerous times. And he sat down to create the amazing e-commerce platform Alibaba in a period when internet was not popular. Talk about resilience. Let me tell you the truth, Ba. There is 98 probability that you will fail at your first 5 attempts at something. That's not lie. But your ability to look past the failure and keep on, keep looking ahead, and keep learning from your past failures and coming up better. That's what differentiates success from failures. I've learned that many successful people, they were not really super intelligent. They were just resilient. Oh, I failed here. I learned from it and I move on. Number 3, we need to learn to commit to a lifestyle of lifelong learning. You must be a learner every day, no matter what you become, no matter who you become. You must commit to learning every day. If it is a common saying that the day you stop learning is the day you start dying. That is the truth. You must commit to learning, intentional and strategic learning. We must constantly seek knowledge, being open to new ideas. Number 4, collaboration and empathy. You see, influence stems from understanding others. You can't effectively, we're talking about developing right mindset for growth and influence. We need to learn to collaborate with people and to be empathetic. Influence will border on strong relationships. I'm telling you. Because influence at the basic level happens in relationships. Your friends. Do you collaborate effectively? Are you intentional about building effective relationships with your people? Are you empathetic? Do you have empathy? One thing I've learned about that no matter what you know, no matter what you give to people, they will always respond to the person who makes them feel seen and heard. I didn't know that before. I feel as long as I can. I felt before that as long as I can, as long as I can show people I knew stuff, they will come to me now. People defer to the one who makes them feel seen and heard. So number 4, collaboration and empathy. Okay, so now I'm going to rush my notes. So first of all, I talked about pillars of a right mindset, and I said self-awareness, resilience and adaptability, being a person of lifelong learning, empathy and collaboration. Now I want to talk about strategies to build and sustain a growth mindset. Strategies. Number 1, focus on process, not perfection. Focus on process, not perfection. Yeah. Focus on the process of a matter. Celebrate the efforts you put in. Celebrate, I didn't do this like this before. This, even though I didn't get that outcome, but I learned patience from this. Do you understand? I learned how to work with people the more. Celebrate process, not outcome. Number 2, you need to effectively visualize the end goal. This thing works, visualize the end goal. Visualize the end goal. Number 3, surround yourself with growth-oriented people. There's a saying that says we rise or fall to the level of those around us. It's true. Surround yourself with growth-oriented people. Seek out mentors, peers, and communities that challenge and uplift you. You need it. Growth-oriented people. Seek out mentors, seek out peers, communities that challenge you and uplift you. Number 4, set purposeful goals. I believe you know this already. Your goals should align with your values. You don't just set a goal because you heard someone say, I have this kind of goal. Set purposeful goals. Your goals should align with your values. Break them into manageable steps. Real manageable steps. Break them into, This is step one, step two. You understand? Then, not, lastly, seek to intentionally empower others. Yeah. Seek to intentionally empower others. Yeah. Empower others. Seek to intentionally empower others. I feel the goal here should be that the way you think should produce, you know, exemplary actions. Actions that people will look at your life and decide, Kai, I want to adopt this person's ideology towards life because the way they think produces favorable outcomes over time. I'm going to close with this. You know, influence is less about control and more about inspiring belief in what's possible. Influence is less about control and more about inspiring belief in what's possible. Yeah. As we wrap up, please take note of these things. You need to embrace the concept of continuous learning and adaptability. Continuous learning and adaptability. You need to embrace the concept of continuous learning and adaptability. That's the way, learning is in multiple folds. In learning, there's what we call unlearning, there's what we call relearning. Be a continuous learner, consistent learner, consistently giving yourself to learning. Yeah. I think for sake of time, I have to stop here. Okay. I just pray I've been able to, like we used to say in junior school debate, able to convince you and not confuse you about developing the right mindset for growth and influence. So yeah, thank you very much. I learned there'll be questions after this. Can you hear me, Lucy?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'm so sorry. My network just kept on logging me off and on. So I haven't been stable. But I don't know if you have. Thank you so much, sir, for a wonderful session. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. I think my journal is full. But now, if you have any question, please type it in the comment section. But I'll give room for at least two questions. If you have, please do type it in the comment section. But sir, I want to quickly ask you because I know one thing for sure you kept on mentioning throughout you kept on highlighting, though might not be so much amplified in your session, was the idea of mentorship in reorienting your mindset. So for somebody out there, somebody on the that will listen to this later, do I how do I how do I know the mentor I need per time, and how do I pursue this mentor when I find them for my mindset to shift? How do I work with them to ensure that my mindset changes?
Mhm.
Question, sir.
You know, there's a difference between a mentor and a role model. Are you with me? Sure, there's a difference between a mentor and a role model. A mentor is someone you have a personal relationship with that guides you in a particular area of life. A role model is someone that inspires you. There are times what we need is actually an effective role model. First, there are times like that where you need, because role models serve as frames of reference. A frame of reference is something you can look up to be how would I put it now? We should know what the frame of reference is now. If I say draw a chair, the only way you can draw a chair is if you have a picture of what the chair looks like. Do you get me? That's a frame of reference. Do you get me? So maybe the chair in your dad's house, the chair in your school might be the frame of reference because that's what you've seen. So when you want to change your life the way you think, I always suggest people have a frame of reference in terms of a person that embodies the future we seek to, the future we want to step into. So first of all, understand what you need at that time. Is it a role model, a coach, or a mentor? These are different things. So these are different things. But now, when you discover you need a mentor, there are different ways to reach out to a mentor. You know, a mentor is someone who officially guides you. So for you to say a person is your mentor, the person should know you. You understand? You can't be here in Nigeria and it's not as if there's any form of correspondence between you and somebody like, let's say, Oprah. I say Oprah is my mentor. But there's no form of communication between both of you, so she doesn't mentor you. She might be a role model, So I believe your question was, how do I know the right mentor? Yeah.
Yeah, how do I know the right mentor that I need per time? And how do I pursue them for effectiveness to gain what, like, the mindset shift I want?
Okay, well, good. First of all, to know who your mentors are, you need to understand where you are at that time. You need to understand in this journey, where am I? Who am I? What do I need? It's just like someone applying to be a student in university. The course you are studying will determine the teachers you have. You understand? So you need to first of all diagnose yourself. Where am I? Number two, you choose a mentor by looking at where you are going, the skill sets in quote you need per time, and the people who have those skill sets and are willing to transfer the knowledge. And most times, what I mean skill set, it doesn't necessarily need to be technical. Yes, it could be technical, but I mean the right skills or the right knowledge you need per time. And like I said, you need to know, you need to understand your current state, self-awareness. You need to know at this point, what do I need to learn that if I take up the process of learning on my own, it might cost me time. So you're not getting a mentor. So a mentor is not somebody that you like the way they dress. That could be it, but it's not, we young people now, there's anybody that we like their fashion sense. This is my mentor. You get so it's somebody who has gone through the direction, who has gone through the route you intend to take. You know, there's a dear man I respect. He said something. He said, "Follow who know road." So a mentor is a person who has gone through the path you intend to take and succeeded in going through. The one who didn't succeed is an advisor. The one who is going through the path, yes. The one who went through the path that you are trying to go and didn't succeed. I won't call him a mentor, I'll call him an advisor because he can teach you how not to fail. He can teach you what to do that can cause failure. But because he didn't win, he might not be able to effectively teach you what to do to succeed. Do you get me? So the one who passed through the route and failed, in my own opinion, is an advisor. You need his advice or advisor. But the one who went through and succeeded can be your mentor because the things that made him succeed, he knows. And not just somebody that did it once, someone that has a track record of doing something like that over again. Let's say you want to get into the movie industry now. I won't advise you to go and get somebody who just did one film, even if the film was a blockbuster, but it's just one. I advise you to get someone who has done multiple films and they had multiple blockbusters. That will teach you. Oh, these are pitfalls. This thing, it doesn't look like the smartest thing to do, but it's the thing that gives you the highest number of ratings. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, that's how you, and when you find these mentors, you need to understand them and know what they respond to. Because a mentor doesn't owe you anything. At times I feel at times we as young people we get a little bit entitled and we just jump and say, sir, please, I need to teach me. And when we even go and try to submit for mentoring, we want to do it on our own terms. So we want to schedule meetings with the mentor based on when we are free. It doesn't work like that. My revered mentor said, if you can't pay the price, how did he even say it again? Say, if you can't pay the price to learn, or if you can't pay the price to bury your head in learning, don't expect other people to pay the price of self-sacrifice for you. So, yes, if you cannot humble yourself enough to learn at their terms, don't expect them to be there for you. So understand them. Understand that these people, the reason why you are reaching out to them is because they've achieved a lot and there's greatness in them. So you don't expect them to just give what they have just because. So if they have books, buy the books. If they are speakers, go and look for all their videos and listen to everything they've ever said. Are you with me? Are you with me? If they are, if they have a mentorship platform, whether it's paid, look for money and enroll. You understand? These are ways to reach out to people. Don't just be in their DMs, say, "Sir, mentor me." What does mentor me mean? What does it mean to you? So if you want mentorship of a person and you really want to be mentored, sharing the mentorship is not coaching. A mentor guides you. A coach holds your hand. That's different. That's why most coaches don't do it for free. That's why most times coaching is paid for. A coach holds your hand and, walks you through. A mentor shows you the way, guides you. You understand? So I hope you're able to gain something from that. First, diagnose, understand where you are, and know the mentors you need. Understand where you are, understand what is lacking. From there, you understand, you will know, okay, who can fill in. And there are some things, but you don't need a mentor for. You just need to read. For example, maybe you're finding it hard, to get along with people. If you study, you understand those things. There are books on it. Do you understand? Read book. But then if you even read about the various temperaments, it will give you understanding. If you even read Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, you will understand the bit. You understand? If you read Anthony Robbins' Unlimited Power, you understand a few things. You get. So you necessarily might not need a mentor for some things. Some things can be read, understood. You understand? So you need to know. Well, I don't have much time, so yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. I wish we had time for more questions, though. I don't know if you still have time for one more question, sir, or
No
we
problem. One
can
more.
call
One more
it.
is great. One more is great.
All right, sir. Quick question. For someone, you mentioned something while you were speaking. You said something about environment. Environment is a cause of certain belief systems, certain limitations. So, how someone who was brought up in an environment where there's so many things that will make them believe that they are limited, that they can't move past, but as a result of environment, how can someone like that, how would you tell someone like that, or how do we advise someone, how would you advise someone like that to shift their mindset, especially when it comes to the cause of their mindset limitation is their environment.
So for someone like that, you need to make sure. Sure, you know, many of us in Nigeria, we are in that quagmire. So you need to make sure what influences your belief is imported from outside. Yeah, what influences your belief, or what influences how you live your life is imported from outside. And the cheapest way to do that is by giving yourself to reading. You understand? By giving yourself to information that's not gotten around that your environment. Giving yourself to reading. Are you with me? Giving yourself to reading. So when you intentionally give yourself to mental transformation, I know there's no mental transformation without effective reading, effective, effective intentional learning. Sure, you know. So for my advice to that person, give yourself to reading. Decide what do you want to make out of your life. When you've decided on what you want to make out of your life, you go for the knowledge that makes that happen. You get. So you can now live in a place, but it's why you're not of the place. You don't think like them. Because the information you feed on is different from what they feed on. So for example, you live in a place where the young guys just because there's nothing to do, they just come out and just sit under a tree and gist and talk about gossip and argue who has more money between Whiskey and the video. But you, that spare time, you sit in your room and maybe you say, I want to be a thought leader. You are reading books about leadership. You are reading books about character development. You are developing skill sets that are rare and that are high paying. Do you get me? Do you get me? Very soon your results will be a million times better than the ones of people around you. Because the information you feed on is different from what they feed on. So read a book. Read. Try it, maybe a book a week. Or a book in 2 weeks. Or a book a month. That means in a year you would have read 12 books. If you read a book a week, in a year you would have read 52 books. If you read a book in 2 weeks, in a year you would have read 26 books. You get? So the way to do that is to import information from outside. And how do you do it? By reading. Give yourself the effective reading. Right knowledge. Be a continuous learner, an avid learner. But to make your learning, to make your learning effective, you need to define the outcome you want from your life. You say, oh, I want to create wealth. I want to be a financial giant. That's an outcome. That's that's an outcome. That's a projected outcome. Then you go for the knowledge and makes that work. Yep.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I hope we all had an amazing time tonight. So much to learn, and I'm sure there are so many questions burning in your heart. If you have more questions for Saruki, please you can send it in the WhatsApp message, and we'll send it across to him, and he'll give us an answer, which we'll post back in the group. Thank you, every single person who has stayed with us from the beginning of the boot mindset boot camp to this very moment. We sincerely appreciate you. And we hope that you will go through these sessions again and have your mind transformed. 2025 is the year that we want you to succeed, and we want it 1,000 times better. All right, from my end and from our host end, Coach Rejoice Uwuseba, and our sponsor, Saruki Uwuseba, we wish you an amazing and a successful 2025. Bye for now, and make sure you go through all the sessions, and God bless you. Saruki said he has something for those who are the last to leave. So I can see 3 people here. please post your name so that we can send it to him, and you have that which he promised. All right. I'm seeing five. But anyway, post your name so that I can get it and send it as promised. All right. Thank you all so much. Have It's bye from my end. It's bye from the whole Kingmakers Academy. We've come to the end of the Mindship Boot Camp. You still have a bit of time to go through all the sessions that we have posted. And thank you. Bye bye. Bye.